Well, hello there. I am going to now show you how I created some of my colored pages. I have few rocks here to keep my pages weighted, and also this kind of tool that folds the pages when I cut them. So you want to have nice sharp edges, and then you tear the pages into halves until you get your desired signature size, just as I did in here. So I think I folded them twice. It's 24 by 30 paper. And then I stuffed my pages with these compositions of leaves and flowers, anything I could still find around, and make sure that I pressed on each signature to hold the leaves in place. And I'm using some of my rocks here on the pages just to weigh them down so the leaves don't fall out when I take pictures of my pages. So here's just a few ideas of compositions, colors that I've used. And you don't have to even make very complex compositions. You could probably even use tea leaves if you just like simple colors. But I really like the shapes of the leaves, flowers, plants, and stems that imprint on the pages. And then I basically tie them all together one way and then crosswise, make sure they're nicely tight and then they don't fall out. And then I immerse them into my tray. And also add 1/4 cup of vinegar and some rust. I found some rust paint as I was walking around gathering my leaves.
All right, guys, so here's my contraption. From what I remember, I was doing about 2 or 3 years ago. And I have my book with all the flowers in it bound. And now I am going to put water in it. I'm not sure if it was distilled water. I have regular tap water. So this is just a test. And I don't need to soak the paper. I just need to pour it all around. Basically fill the pan. So if there's not enough, then I'm just gonna have to add a little bit more water to it. And then what I have here is my rust. And this is something that I took from old railing downtown. When I walk around, there's a paint peeling. So I'm suspecting that there is actually lead in it, which didn't occur to me last time I was doing it. But I just couldn't get any rusty nails. So I would highly recommend rusty nails instead of lead paint. But I'm gonna make sure all my windows are open and I don't inhale any of this. So now I have this particle board that I'm gonna put on top. Make sure it's below the level, and you see that water level has to come up. It has to cover everything. And then I have a heavy weight here, and I'm gonna put another weight on top so nothing moves. And I'm going to turn this on both burners, and I'm just gonna make sure this is gonna start boiling. And when it starts boiling, I am going to turn the heat down to just to simmer. And from what I remember, again, I did it 20 minutes. But in 20 minutes after it starts boiling, I am going to take this off and just look at the top paper and see how far it went. And I think that even if it's not completely done and you let it sit in the hot water, it might still be some coloring happening to that. So it doesn't mean that I need to boil it for more or simmer it for more than 20 minutes. So, if I get something already, I will probably take it off if I needed to do longer, because there's absolutely no release of color yet. I think it was 20 minutes I did last time, but it actually could have been maybe like 2 hours. I don't know. But yeah, I'll check it in 20 minutes and then I'll see what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is my top piece. I already removed all the stuff. So this is my second sheet. I wonder if this was a sheet as well. Oh, there's another one. This one is really pretty. So anyway, I'm holding the camera in one hand, so I'm just going to put it down. But I'm just showing you how these came out. They're not, oh, I forgot to put something here. They're not very strong. And I'm not even sure that the rust was working that well. Maybe if I go to the bottom layers. I just like these pictures. It's gonna look different than, you know, obviously when I remove. There's not a lot of coloring actually in here, but it stained my paper pretty nicely. It looks pretty aged. So I'm gonna clean this all out, and then I have this sheet of a big sheet behind me. I'm gonna layer my washed papers over it, and I'm just gonna roll it into one big roll and let it kind of dry partially there, and then I'm gonna lay it out in the air and let them dry that way.
All right, so this is what basically came out, and was not correct. There actually is a lot of color in here, and I really like the way it came out. So I really enjoy the process of it, and I wish I could make more. Now that all the plants are kind of, all the beautiful colored colors are sort of going away, but we're getting a lot of leaves. It'd be really nice to make this with fall leaves, and I wouldn't even have to get rusty nails. I would get like a lot of rust from the leaves. So this whole process actually, not including the preparation and stuff, so the coloring in the pan, actually I let it simmer for like 2 hours. So I was wrong about the 20 minutes. I really let it sit there, and then I let it sit there for a little bit longer until it cooled off. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's do something with these pages.